I'm not here to encourage disagreements. I'm here to help you manage those disagreements. So what should you do when you disagree with your leadership? But before I get into this topic, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe and comment. It really does help out the channel. So there are many instances where pastors in my life and leadership have announced something big, like a change to the church or ministry. And there have been many times where leadership decided it would be best to do this instead of that. And there are many times where I just felt like, oh, that was a bad idea, or it wasn't the right time. And I'm sure some of you have been there before. Here's the thing, God didn't make me the leader, the pastor, boss, or whatever label it is. And He probably didn't make you that either, and it's okay. The reality is God has called that individual to be the lead of that church, that organization, or company. And it's not your responsibility to correct them. I know there are many times when you can disagree with a pastor for moral mistakes, continued sin in their life, and so forth. Obviously, you should walk away if they're not getting the help they need, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those disagreements with decisions, announcements, planning, and so forth. So here are a few keys to help you out with these disagreements. Number one, hear them out. If one gives an answer before he hears, it is his folly and shame. Proverbs 18:13. It's as simple as that. If you disagree with your pastor on something, I think it's important to hear them out. Don't be quick to question the leadership as they make that announcement they've been talking about, or that new decision that's been made to promote somebody else, etc. Rather, hear them out, process it, and come at it with good motive. Listen, if you disagree strongly with your pastor, it is important to talk to them in the right setting. I've seen too many instances where people run their mouth to other church members, or the boss makes a certain announcement and then employees are running their mouth and gossiping amongst each other because they disagreed with a decision that was made and they didn't understand the bigger picture. They don't know the full story and think just because, oh, I feel like I'm right, I'm entitled to my opinion, they get upset, and next thing you know, they leave that church or organization. Scripture says, obey your leaders and submit to them, for they are keeping watch over your souls at those who will have to give an account. Let them do this with joy and not with groaning, for that would be of no advantage to you. Hebrews 13:17. Understand that majority of leadership actually makes certain decisions because it was God, or they truly have good intentions. If it's for selfish reasons, let God deal with that. That's not your responsibility. You really should ask yourself, am I disagreeing because of my feelings, or do I have a good reason to state my argument? I completely understand what it is to feel certain about something and then feel completely wrong after you sat down with that leader and discussed it in more detail. There is a time and place for everything. When I disagree, I don't display it publicly. I discuss it privately, and so should you. If you ever feel strong about a disagreement, it's important to hear out your leadership, sit with them privately, and be wise. This is how you have healthy disagreements versus quitting or leaving that church organization just because you got upset. Number two, pray. First of all, then I urge that supplications, prayers, intercessions, and thanksgiving be made for all people, for kings and all who are in high positions, that we may lead a peaceful and quiet life, godly and dignified in every way. That's found in 1 Timothy chapter 2. When is the last time you prayed for your boss, for your pastor? Probably not lately, right? You have no idea what obstacle a pastor goes through. Barna did a research among a group of pastors, and study indicates that stress is the leading factor in why most pastors considered quitting. Not to make you feel bad for the pastor, but to understand that leading isn't easy and comes with a lot of responsibility. Make sure to pray for your leadership. Make sure to pray for the bosses and employees around you instead of being against them all the time. Pastors are making a lot of decisions for the good of the church and not for your good. Understand that it's okay to not have your opinion all the time. Number three, show honor. In the book of 1 Thessalonians in chapter 5, it says, dear brothers and sisters, honor those who are your leaders in the Lord's work. They work hard among you and give you spiritual guidance. Show them great respect and wholehearted love because of their work, and live peacefully with each other. Though you might disagree, it's important to honor that decision that was made. Now, what does that look like? you hear somebody yapping about how they disagree with the pastor, or you hear employees talking badly about the boss, shut that down right away or walk away from those conversations. Maybe your boss promoted somebody else. Congratulate that individual. Let them know that you're happy for them. Or you can also tell your boss, hey, you're doing a great job at what you're doing. I know you have a lot of stress or a lot on your plate. Let them know that you're there for them, that you're positive, and you'll do whatever it is you can to help them with the ease of the job. Maybe your pastor decided to start a service at a different time. Lean in, celebrate change, celebrate growth. Let others and your boss know that it's an exciting time. Your attitude is actually contagious. At my workplace, once a decision is made, we all lean in. Decisions are absolute and we show honor where it's due. Next time your lead makes a huge change to the organization, be the first to show honor. Make sure that you're telling your employees and your boss that they're all doing a great job. And if this video really helped you and encouraged you, I encourage you to go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and if you want to support the content, make sure to go ahead and click the link in the description. I'll see you guys on the next one.